What's up, world? Stovetop here, and I was doing devotions the other day and just had a pretty cool thought, read a pretty cool passage of scripture that I wanted to share with you all, and hope you get something out of it. My friend John Cons sent me a rough draft of something he's putting together about reading scripture. Read a chapter of the day, write down what words stuck out to you, what verses stuck out to you, and it kind of walks you through some prayer to kind of pray through scripture. So he sent this to me. I've had it for entirely too long and still haven't made it all the way through. But the other day I was reading, it's taking me through the book of Luke in the New Testament. The women are coming from the tomb. They just saw that Jesus' body is not there. They talked to the two men, and the men said, "Why are you looking for the living among the dead?" And that whole story. So they just come back to the disciples and the people there to tell them about it. This comes from Luke 24, verses, we'll do 9. Verse 9 through 12. That's what we're going to do. Verses 9 through 12. When they came back from the tomb, they told all these things to the 11 and to all the others. It was Mary Magdalene, Joanna, Mary, mother of James, and the others. This is what struck me. But they did not believe the women because their words seemed to them like nonsense. Peter, however, got up and ran to the tomb. Bending over, he saw the strips of linen lying by themselves, and he went away wondering to himself what had happened. I want to read 11 and 12 again. But they did not believe the women because their words seemed to them like nonsense. Why did they seem like nonsense? Jesus' body isn't there. He's gone. You guys are crazy, right? Like, why would his body not be there? So nobody believed him. Peter did. Peter believed them. Not only did he go to the tomb, he got up and he ran to the tomb. He had to see for himself. He ran to the tomb, believing their nonsense. Bending over, he saw the strips of linen lying by themselves, and he went away wondering what happened. So I thought, man, what happens if we acted the same way as Peter? See, what they didn't know at that time is that Jesus had come back to life, and they didn't quite know that yet. And Peter already was like, I'm gone. I got to see for myself. He ran after Jesus. It didn't matter that maybe they didn't know that Jesus was alive. He just ran to the tomb. Something was up with Jesus, and he thought, you know what? I got to run. I got to get there. I got to see for myself. What if we today, having the benefit of knowing that Jesus did come back to life and what he actually did for us on the cross? You know, they're all living it as it happens. We have the benefit of hindsight, reading all these things thousands of years later. What if we ran after Jesus the same way in our lives? That's the question I want to pose today. What happens if we have the faith that Peter had and we just took off running towards Jesus full sprint, even if it sounds like nonsense, even if it sounds crazy? Today, what we're experiencing, that's what we need to do. We need to run to Jesus. We need a full sprint run to Jesus. If we can't run, we need to jog. If we can't jog, we need to walk. If we can't walk, we need to crawl. Whatever. You know, we need to keep our eyes on Jesus and head towards him, just like Peter did, even if the world tells us that it's nonsense. I heard Bob Goff say recently, Satan doesn't need to destroy us. He just needs to distract us. Run to Jesus. You know, there's so many distractions happening in our world right now. There's always distractions, right? All of humanity, there'll be distractions. But that's all Satan needs to come between us and God. So that's the thought I had I wanted to share today. Luke chapter 24, verses 9 to 12. Great story of Peter running to the tomb, running towards Jesus. So that's my challenge today for myself, for my family, for all of us. What happens if we run to Jesus? So let's do that. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you got something out of this. And if not, go read it for yourself. And maybe you'll get something out of it. Maybe God will reveal something different to you. I'd love to hear, if you go back and read this, what your thoughts are and what he says to you too. But let's run to Jesus the rest of 2020 for the rest of our lives. That's what we need to do. Thanks. See ya.